Okay, so what is up, guys? So I really didn't know what other video to do. I wish Memphis made this deal about a week earlier, just so I could, have time to process it and really, you know, really decide to make out my videos. But as we all know, the Grizzlies decided to pull the trigger and make this big blockbuster deal yesterday. I already gave you my initial thoughts about it, so I'm not going to talk about it too much, but I am going to be talking about the 10th and 40th pick. Now, I'm probably, obviously, look, today is the last day. Today and tomorrow, so I have to upload two videos, one for today, obviously, and then one for tomorrow. Look, I'm going to say like this. I think exactly from right now, it is 48 hours until the draft. So, we're going to talk today about who the Grizzlies could target. And as you can see, I'm on Yahoo Sports, Yahoo Sports, that the Grizzlies are presumably targeting Josh Giddey, the 6'8", 6'9" point guard out of Adelaide, Australia. I'm very high on this kid. I know a lot of people aren't because they feel like the fit alongside Ja and Jaren wouldn't be as well as maybe like Kuminga or Bouknight. Which, here's my thing. If Memphis gets, sorry, I got some minds, guys. If Memphis gets Bouknight, Wagner, Josh Giddey, Kuminga, Barnes, or Jalen Johnson, even I don't want with Jalen Johnson, but I think Memphis it would instantly give them a third option. And people forget that we would have John Morant, Dylan Brooks, Jaren, this supposed 10th pick. So you would have, you don't even really want your guy, this 10th pick or whoever, because there have been rumors that the Grizzlies want to move up even farther. Even if you get somebody, you don't want them to come in here and be a first, second option. You want them to become the third, fourth, third at best. I'm sorry, guys, but I think if you are Memphis, you need to just worry about finding the right fit. And you now gotten this top 10 that you've been wanting to get. What can you do? Now, like I said, Josh Giddey, his playmaking ability at his size and his such a young age reminds people of Ben Simmons / Luka Doncic. And I'm sorry, but if Memphis could get a Luka Doncic type player, I'm getting it. Now, Franz Wagner is a Mikal Bridges type player. He's a long wing who can guard 1 through the 5. He is a taller Mikal Bridges. He's a bigger Mikal Bridges. But the only question I really have about him, I'm sorry, something just bugging me. But can Franz Wagner can he improve? Because he really didn't develop too much. I mean, I want to say like develop. He really wasn't utilized as a first option at Michigan State. Now, obviously, college, you can't really tell. But this is why I like Josh Giddey. And yeah, I know this is going to be kind of a Josh Giddey video, but because he's played in the NBL, he's played in the same league that has prepared Melo for it. And I'm not saying he's had the same success. I mean, he's put up very similar stats in assists and rebounds. Points, not so much. But I know Adelaide, they weren't really good. Neither was Itawarma, the Hawks. But it's like, but Josh Giddey has played also with the Australian team, so it's like the dude has experience, and he has something that a lot of prospects doesn't have. He has that support. He has that experience that not everyone has, and at such a young age, it's could bring you wonders. Now, that's enough about the first pick. I know I talked about Josh Giddey. That's just who I think Memphis will end up selecting. What are the chances that they actually trade the pick? Obviously, there will be some more deals. Because it has been reported that Eric Bledsoe will not be, or he's not expected to be on the Grizzlies roster. Meaning, I've seen a trade where you trade Eric Bledsoe and John Conchar for Buddy Hield. I don't know why the Kings would do that. I guess just to save money. And I don't know why you would do that either, unless the Kings just really aren't getting along with Buddy Hield. And the contracts, I guess contract-wise, it makes sense, but I don't know. But if you are Memphis, you more than likely are going to make another trade. I don't know if it's going to. It more than likely will involve that 10th pick. I've heard Melton. Look, you're going to hear lots of things. Jaren has been in trade rumors. Heck, they had John Morant on a Bleacher Report article. Like there have been so many, and so you always hear this, and it's just like we know two things. There's two people that are unprotected. I mean, that are unprotected, untouchable, I should say. John and Jaren. Dylan, I wouldn't mind trading Dylan if we get somebody like Bradley Beal, but I would almost rather keep those three and Steven Adams. I wouldn't even mind keeping Eric Bledsoe, just because you would get Eric Bledsoe, Steven Adams, Kyle Anderson, and more than likely you trade Tyus Jones for another pick. But that's for a whole different story. I think the chances of Memphis makes another trade, I'll say it 40%. A 60% that they keep it. So there is a higher percentage that they actually keep the pick instead of trading it. It just depends on how the draft is going. I've seen Bouknight. Like this is the only thing we know about this draft is Cade is going 1, Jalen's going 2, Mobley's going 3, and then you have Suggs, Kuminga, and Barnes going 4, 5, 6. That is the only thing we really know about this draft. At 7, starting with the Warriors, all the way till heck the entire draft, we don't know. Now the 40th pick I want to talk about a little bit, just because that could have actually more of an importance than the 10th pick, and I know you're going to be like, stop. If you are Memphis, right, you moved up 11 spots, which it seemed like they wanted to do. And we know Memphis has found talent in that second round. Xavier Tillman, Dylan Brooks. I'm not going to say Melton, just because he wasn't really our second round pick. He's with the Rockets, but excuse me. One, Jericho Sims. That is the very first player I think of whenever I think of the Grizzlies. You saw the highlights. You saw he literally, I kid you not, the rim was right here at his head. Like, it was on his forehead. And he's a 6'10 rim runner. He's kind of like a Clint Capella, if you ask me. Joe Wieskamp, that's another one. Or I'm probably saying that really wrong. Just a solid player. He kind of reminds me of like a poor man's Franz Wagner or a poor man's Mikal Bridges. I've seen Isaiah Todd. This is the guy, obviously had a lot of hype. I'm sorry, I heard something. Isaiah Todd is something that he's a guy who had a lot of hype coming out of high school, went to the G League Ignite, and performed very well, especially towards the end of the G League season. But I think if you are Memphis, you need to nail this pick. I've seen JT Thor go right here. I don't think Nashawn Highland will. I think Nashawn Highland's kind of solidified himself as like a top 20. Top 30 pick, I should say. But heck, Jericho Sims, Quentin Grimes, JT Thor, Joe Wieskamp, Isaiah Todd. There's so many prospects Memphis could get with that. Even Ayo Dosunmu, or whatever his name is. I think if you are Memphis, you need to do a lot of research about that the 40th pick, then the 10th pick. The 10th pick, you just got to know that you nailed it. And so it's really exciting time to be a Grizzlies fan, because here's what I've always said. I'm going to end this on a high note. Oh, my. If you are Memphis, you keep Ja, you keep Dylan. You're more than likely going to add your starting 3. Jaren and Steven Adams, right? And you got to ask yourself, in order for Memphis to take that next step, you were going to have to make an upgrade. And obviously, we all knew it was the 3 position, but we were going to ask ourselves, do we really think we were going to make a trade that, one, wasn't going to help the other team. And I know it for us Grizzlies, we always trying to find those trades that was a robs other teams, but you got to ask us, man. Like Memphis, this accomplishes a lot. One, Memphis moves up 7 spots, and we get an above average center in Steven Adams, who still has a lot to prove, or not a lot to give, I should say. My bad. And it's like we could have got rid of Dylan, and we could have got like Kyle Alexander Walker. You know what I'm saying? So be glad that it's someone that we knew we were going to have to get rid of eventually. I mean, think about it, because John Morant, Dylan Brooks, let's just say we get Josh Giddey, Jaren, Steven Adams. We have 2 playmakers. Don't really have any shooters. We have decent rebounders. We have good size. I mean, we have really good size. Josh 6'3", Dylan 6'7", 6'6", Josh Giddey 6'8", 6'9", Jaren and Steven Adams roughly 7 foot. So Memphis would have I think a better defensive team, and I think it'd make a lot of sense because one, it would kind of help Josh Giddey because he isn't known as a good defender. But I think for Memphis, like, look, you kept your young players, and that's what the one thing people don't understand is you want to get rid of the narrative that we can't win without Jonas. You want Ja, Dylan, Jaren, and who the supposed 10th pick to lead us to a playoffs. You don't want these veterans to. And so, I'm sorry, but long term, this makes sense. Do I even think we take a step back? The only way I see the Grizzlies taking a step back is if someone like Steven Adams comes in here and doesn't really fit in, or the 10th pick doesn't fit in. But I don't see the Grizzlies taking a step back because if Steven Adams comes in, just just blends in with the culture, and let's say we get like a guy who is a rookie of the year candidate, Memphis will be a top 6 team next year. Now, obviously, that chemistry building is going to take a season or a half a season to kind of get used to, but that's what the off season's for. That is what the training camp's for. So I really hope that whatever the plan Memphis has, and like I trust this. Like I think Memphis, I trust Memphis a whole lot. I trust Keen Kleiman, Jason Wexler, Tayshaun Prince. I trust all of them to make the best moves for this franchise going forward. And look, man, we won't. I'm gonna actually end the video on this note. We knew we were gonna have to do something like this to win a title. We can't play safe if we want to take those risks. If we want to win, we can't. We gotta risk it. We gotta risk it for the biscuit. You know what I'm saying? And this was a risk. This is a risk that Zach Kleiman knows that he had to take. And this isn't even a risk. I want you guys to realize that this isn't a risk. We were gonna have to pay Jonas. It sucks we lost him, but we got an above average center in Steven Adams. So I promise you guys, everything's gonna be okay as long as we have Dylan, and Jaren, and whoever. And even if this 10th pick, and I'm assuming the 10th pick is gonna be okay. You can't assume things. You can't assume things on people you don't know about, I should say. And if a little cherry on top would be that 10th pick being a rookie of the year, that would be an absolute amazing, combination piece to this Grizzlies team. Have 2 rookie of the years. Now, and I think if you are Memphis, like I said, it's just about finding the guy that just fits. So, thank you guys for watching. I don't know what I'll upload tomorrow. On that Wednesday the day before the draft. I'm not gonna upload on Thursday. I figured, look, we're all gonna be kind of nervous. We're all gonna be kind of building up this energy, man, and we need a full day to kind of prepare because it's a lot that's gonna happen. And dude, I swear there's something in my eye. God, but I'm only going to upload today and tomorrow, and that's it. So thank you guys for watching. Calm down, and I'll promise you, Memphis is going to win a title. Calm down. Let's just hope and pray, this turns out right. You look at every franchise that's won a title, they've always taken the risk. this is our risk. So let's go. Grizz Nation, we'll see you Thursday.